everyone. Thank you very much, Tim, for the introduction. I'm really happy to be here to present you some studies that we have been conducting with Alogo. So as a rider, I would like to say that I realized there is something missing between the rider's feeling and the coach's perception. So that means that the rider feels the horse riding but doesn't see from the outside. But the coach actually see from the outside but doesn't feel like the rider. And this can lead to misunderstanding between both of them. So that's why we need objective data, facts that both can rely and start working together. So we don't want to remove the feeling of the riders, but we really want something that nobody can argue, and also to avoid the two words that some riders are telling, like the yes but or oui mais in French. And then it is really important to link the health of the horse, because it's the health of the horse directly impacts the performances. So you cannot have good performances without having a sound horse. And understanding what's happening and linking the feeling with concrete, objective, and measurable data is key. And actually, to go a step further, our customers were asking us, okay, so now what can I do? You know, what's the next steps? And so we had two options. So either we can give our opinion, our expertise on those data that they collect, or we can back our recommendation with science. And that's what we have chosen. So I have two studies that I would like to share with you today. So the first one, we analyzed the puissance wall competition in Dublin. So it was in collaboration with Jane Williams, Dr. Hilary Clayton, and Russell McKinney-Guire from Hartpury University. And we presented this study at ICEL 9 in Utrecht last year in Netherlands. So the objective was to compare how the horse jumps over the triple bar before the wall. And actually, at the beginning, we were there for providing some entertainment to the crowd, to the TV broadcaster, by showing on the big screen arena how fast the horse went to the wall, how high the horse jumps. And Russell came to me and said, yeah, there is very few studies about how the horse actually jumps the puissance wall. So that's why we have conducted this study. So the study was in Dublin horse show, and every horses were fitted with an Alogo. And then we can provide very accurate information about every strides they have made to go over the triple bar, as you can see here in the screen, and then also the puissance wall. So we have a 3D representation of every movement of the horse. On the top screen, you can see the Z trajectory. So this is the side view of how the horse moves in the air. So you have the last strides, and you can see a difference between the strides going to the puissance wall and also the strides going to the triple bar. So the biggest one is the puissance wall. And also the landing stride, so the stride after the fences that are always shorter and smaller. So the results were really interesting. I won't go too much in details here, but first we analyzed the height of the jump, so the trunk height. And as you can see, we analyzed 4 rounds. And what is very interesting is that the horse is not jumping higher when the wall gets higher. So a little bit, but not. That doesn't mean that the wall is 20 centimeters higher, so the horse will jump 20 centimeters higher. So that was really interesting to analyze. And then we compared also the pitch angle. So the pitch is the elevation angle when the horse goes, over a fence. So we compared the maximum angles with triple bar and the puissance wall. So you can see also there is higher pitch angle in the puissance wall compared to the triple bar. And also the vertical acceleration. So this is we call it the strike power, but actually it's the Z acceleration in the vertical. And you can also see a big difference comparing the puissance wall and the triple bar. So at the end, the horses adopt a different biomechanical strategy to clear the puissance wall. So this equipment identified several features that distinguish jumping performance over two fence types, with acceleration, trunk yaw, and height being particularly interesting. So I didn't mention that before on the previous slides, but we also saw that the higher the horse have to jump, the more straight the horse were. Now I'm moving to another publication that we have been conducted in eventing, and we have correlated the fatigue of the horse in cross-country with some strides and jumping characteristics. So it was done in collaboration with ISME, Avanches, University of Bern, and the paper was published in the Equine Veterinary Journal. And Dr. Dominique Burger is the first author of this paper. So we have analyzed 5 competitions of a level of 4 star, and we analyzed 57 horses to detect their fatigue. So we started in 2020 during the COVID. So it was what was interesting on this study is that it was always on the same ground. I mean the same place in Avanches. So we started with some trainings. I mean competition, but not officials. And then with the International 4-star in 2021, and then the European Championships also in 2021. So for this study, we use also the Alogo, but we also combine with polar heart rate to measure the heart rate recovery, and the blood lactate. And the results were really, really interesting also because we compared the second minute with the last minute of the cross country. And actually there is an increase of mean stride length of 5 centimeters. So the horse are doing longer strides at the end of the cross country compared to the second minutes. The horse are jumping longer, so the jumps were longer. And also the strike power, so the vertical acceleration that I showed you before also is increased and is linked to the horse's fatigue. So the value is higher, the horse is jumping longer and lower also, and they are making a longer strides. So there is several significant kinematic changes during cross-country tests with various association with metabolic fatigue, so the lactate level that we have collected as well. So at the end, the horse jump lower but longer jumps, higher strike power, and longer stride lengths. So now the next steps for us is that we have developed a new algorithm that can show you the efficiency of the horse. So it's a combination of kinetic energy, energy consumption, and we plot also the height of the jumps and the height of the horse goes over the jumps. And we can also explain exactly when the horse gets tired during the cross country or the show jumping. So a few take-home message. So I can say keep your horse straight when jumping. Follow your horse's usual range metrics to understand when it gets tired, and could explain an underperformance with a focus on the strike power. Longitudinal balance. We see also that horses that start to get tired lean more to the front of the body, and the stride length. And I advise you to start tracking your horse to be aware of its behavior and take early actions. Thank you very much for your attention. And I would like also to thank the FEI Eventing Risk and Management Steering Group for their work bringing our sports safer and increase the well-being of the horse. Thank you.